Yeah, I'm in the lab, man. We back, man. Gotta lock in, man. Yeah, man, we back, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. Let's jump straight into it. Let's jump straight into it. The real reason, the real reason why America is crumbling. I'm gonna give y'all the real reason why America's crumbling. I haven't heard anybody say this. Shout out to Shad Rock. Shad Rock was the first person that wrote it in this book. I'm gonna tell y'all the real reason why America's crumbling. See, I haven't heard too many people talk about this. Let me tell you the real reason. This is the real reason why America is crumbling. You ready? The real reason why America is crumbling is because the 400 years is almost up, baby. The 400 years is almost up. I'll get my Charleston White bounce on. The 400 years is almost up. And y'all are like, 400 years? What do you mean the 400 years is almost up? Oh, if you haven't realized, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. If you enslave the Most High, Yahweh's people, if you enslave the Most High's people, you got 400 years. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah. Yeah. You got 400 years. Yeah. And put on a credit card. Yeah. Yeah. See, what you got to understand is once you enslave the Most High's chosen people, you got 400 years until your civilization crumbles. Jim drop. Let's read the truth, the lie, and the Bible. I'm not a Christian anymore, but when I was a Christian, I considered myself to be an elite Christian. What do you mean an elite? I read the books. I did all of it. I read Old Testament and New Testament. Yeah. Yeah. Was in church all the time. Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to read from the truth, the lie, and the Bible. Shout out Shad Rock. Shout out to Shad Rock. Every nation that enslaved Yah's people ended up crumbling 400 years after. Let's look at Italy, Rome. For 4 years, the battle raged on between the Romans and the Jews in Jerusalem that ended in 70 AD. The Romans destroyed the temples of Jerusalem and made slaves of the Jews, slaves of the Yahudim, not the Jews, Yahudim. The Romans were then militarily and economically powerful, winning all of the wars they fought until the Germanic tribes began to invade the western part of her empire. This nation came to an end when the northern Heruli tribe seized control from the Roman leaders and the Roman Empire came tumbling down in 467 AD, the end of the first 400 years after the birth and death of Yahushua the Messiah. After this fall, Italy began its darkest days. It had no central government to keep order. Historical facts. Look it up. Italy, Rome. Look it up. If you need to run it back and rewind this, do it. Next, Portugal. The Portuguese started. Hold on. Lock in. The Portuguese started the wheels of slavery turning in the mid 15th century. In 1775, a giant earthquake almost destroyed Lisbon. The next century was the British and French invasions. The king fled to Brazil The mid 19th century, the end of Portugal's 400 years came to a close. It is now one of the poorest in Western Europe. I'm sorry, y'all. This Invisalign got me saying it and spraying it. Haiti, around 1505 to 1515. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I just can't do that shit, bro. Like, hold on. Let me do it. Fuck. Hold on, y'all. Fuck it. Let me put that shit right here. All right. Oh. All right. So that's better. The king fled to Brazil the mid 19th century. All right. So Portugal. So we got Italy and Portugal. Next, Haiti. Around 1505 to 1515, slaves were brought here. Then France took control of the western part of the island in 1697. It was known then as Saint Dominique and the richest of the French colonies. The end of its 400 years was up in 1915. The United States sent in the Marines. Now Haiti is the poorest country in the Western world. And that's a fact because Pray for Haiti is a thing every year. Haiti is getting tore up as we speak. Cuba. Around the same time as Haiti, slaves were brought here in the early 16th century. In 1762, the British drove the Spanish out. In 1763, the Spanish drove the British out. And in 1895, Jose Marte fought Spain for independence. In 1901, Cuba obtained self government from Spain. Their 400 years came to a close in 1925 when the first dictator, Gerardo Machado, took power. Cuba drifted into poverty and now receives huge subsidies from the USSR. And then you have Spain. Spain went into the slave trade around 1498 to 1500. Spain was the wealthiest empire during her time of conquest. Spanish flags flew over California, Florida, and the Philippines. She bounced back even after being defeated by the British in 1588 at sea and also in 1643 by the French on land. But she never came back after the end of her 400 years when she lost the Spanish American War in 1898. It was the end of her might, which sounds true, which makes sense because all them Spanish people are coming where? To America! America! Oh, America! You know what I'm saying? Next, we have Brazil. In 1538, Brazil began its importation of slavery from Africa. This country was so rich it sustained Portugal, and at one point, the ruler of Portugal sat on his throne in Brazil. 600,000 immigrants came here between 1874 through 1889, the same amount of Israelites that left Egypt. The end of the 400 years for Brazil was in the 1930s when the president was overthrown and Brazil got her first dictator, Getulio Vargas. This was also the time of world depression and tension. We got Holland, you know, her 400 years came to an end in the 1920s and 30s. Then we got Jamaica. This island was discovered on Columbus's second trip in 1494. The Spanish ruled until 1655. Jamaicans rebelled in 1866. Slavery was abolished in 1830 after the rebellion in 1866. Governor brought in Chinese and East Indians and introduced the banana as another major crop in the early 1900s. Jamaica slipped into poverty at the end of her 400 years. And so Jamaica is another one. So the United States, we did our slavery. What was it like 16 something, 17 something, 17, whatever it was. I can't remember. So yeah, our 400 years is up, bro. 1800, 1900. Was it like 1619 or something when slavery started in America? It was something like that. I can't remember. But our 400 years is almost up. And, you know, you got to be punished for enslaving the Most High people. You have to be punished for that. And that's the real reason why America's crumbling. That's all. It's written. It's prophesied. It's supposed to happen. There's nothing we can do to stop it. So yeah, man, that's just a part of the game. I suggest you get ready mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, and when you enslave the Most High's people, you got to get yours, bro. I just read these countries. These are verifiable facts. Don't believe me? Google it. You don't believe Google? Encyclopedia it. Like, I'm not making this up. This is real. You see it. The country is facing so much uncertainty that it's hard to believe that we're not in tough times. We got Elon as president. We got Trump as president. This shit is kind of crumbling. We got tariffs, price hikes, rumors of war. This shit looking real different. It's looking real crazy. The government was shutting down. Looking like we might enter into a dictatorship or whatever, bro. So that's the real reason why America's crumbling. I haven't seen anybody talk about it on YouTube. I tend to talk about things that I don't see other people talk about because it's a Jim Jones podcast. We can't drop gems and somebody else done drop them bitches.